Hi guys, welcome to another stream. I hope everyone can hear me and see me okay. If you can hear me, just let me know, just because I am using a different computer. So I hope everyone is well and happy Monday. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm running about 8 minutes behind due to trying to get everything set up because I'm using a Mac at the moment, which is what I don't normally use. And with that, I didn't realize that you couldn't use Safari to live stream. You had to download Google Chrome separately. So that took a little bit of time. So I do apologize, kind of a last minute fix I had to do. You can hear me fine. Hi, Jude. Awesome. Great. That's great. I'm glad everyone is here. So today, guys, we're going to be doing I say part two of Vixen Dance. We've done the first one, first image. This is a different image that we're going to be doing today. And you can join me in coloring this if you like, absolutely free. I'll give you the link. I'll just do that now, just bear with me. You're just running a bit slow. Just 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about this. I'm just going to quickly share the stream. That has been shared. And as for the image, here is the link. Just need to sign in to grab the link for you guys. This has been a mad dash because with the new setup, new studio, using a Mac instead of a Windows computer, it's kind of, it's kind of like working back to front now. And there is a link, guys, for anybody who wish to take part in this color along. So you can get this image from my Dropbox absolutely free for a limited time with authorization from Rick and his team. It is for a limited time. After a few days, I will be deleting the link. So you will have to download it and make sure you save it and just use it for personal use only and do not reshare. That would be much appreciated. So today I'm actually going to be using some watercoloring materials actually. I'm going to be doing some work with some Karen markers. I think you may have seen these before. I'm going to just quickly adjust this camera. Just bear with me. Just while I want to try to get everything correct. Oh, you're never late. So this is the image that we're going to be doing, guys. We're going to be using these Karen brush markers, which were kindly sent to me by Karen, the Karen company themselves for purpose of review. So I will be doing that along with this colouring. I'll be giving you my thoughts, input, what I think of them, and how they look. It's a nice little box. And you get all these little colours in here. They are a brush pen and they are water reactive. So you get the ink inside there, and it's water reactive ink. And it's got a quite nice brush nib. Hi everybody coming in. So hi Jude, hi Maya, hi Michelle, hi Helen, hi Honey Bear. And also they sent me the Deco brush metallic permanent markers as well for purpose of review. And these are all nice metallics. So we'll try these also. There's a little bit of buzzing that'll probably be the computer. That'll be the hard drive of the computer. Just bear with me, guys, because I'm on a different computer. I'm going to have to quickly. I need to get rid of the autofocus. I've got some Chinese brushes as well, which I think are quite cool. These are Chinese calligraphy watercolor brushes. So how is everybody today? Has everyone had a good Monday so far? Here we go. Also, as well, I just want to quickly say a thank you to a subscriber for sending me some Happy Meal. I'll just get them now. So I just want to say thank you to a lovely lady who sent me some watercolors just as a little Happy Meal surprise. And she got me some more Gansai Tambi, which I think these are by the same company that is Curatek watercolors. She got me the gem colors and the pearl colors, which are very lovely colors indeed. So the gem colors. Hi, Emo. These are the gem colors. And these are the pearl colors. So quite nice shimmery, sheeny colors here. Absolutely gorgeous. I haven't swatched them yet. But if they're anything like the other ones that I do have the original set somewhere where I managed to find these also, which I have used and they are brilliant. I do have the starry colors already. And I also have a neon set, which is actually by a different company. The Comberly, which is the Mozart, which is the watercolors I showed not so long ago. But they do very similar paints, and that's like a neon set. But as of the Kurite Ganzi Tambi, these are the three you can get as an individual set. So you've got your starry colors, you've got your pearl colors, and your gem colors. Absolutely beautiful. And they're very pigmented and they do show up rather intensely. And they are quite good on black paper as well, especially the metallics. So thank you very much to a very special lady for sending me those. Just want to thank you. I really appreciate them. They're absolutely beautiful. Along with them, I also got the Derwent water brushes as well, which I've been really needing some new water brushes for a long time. And these are the Derwent ones, and I've heard good things about these on Sammy's channel, so I look forward to trying these out. And I treat myself to a Caran d'Ache palette, which I've heard good things about. One side is smooth and the other side is rough. The rough side's great for things like pencil, Neo 2s, things like that, which you can then add water, and that's supposed to be really good for those. And the smooth side is great for your typical gouache, acrylic, your water color pens, your watercolor markers. So look forward to trying that out. Hi, Suze. I hope you have an absolutely lovely dinner. Hi, Gia. Hello, hon. Alexandra. So let's get started, guys. So yeah, we're going to be doing this today. So I have put the link in there. Here's the link again, if you do want to take part in the color along. It is available for a limited time only. So let's get these markers out and just see what they can do. So I would show you the studio, but at the moment it's still a little bit upside down. I did show a little bit of it yesterday on a test stream, which I have kept. So if you do want to go back and have a quick sneak peek, then you're more welcome to. I've also uploaded the preview of the book of itself, which is The World of Rick St. Dennis, which I have uploaded today. So there's a flip through of this book, which you can by all means go and check out. And I've also left the link to Rick's store also in the description, so you can check out his store of all these books, all these PDF images, and everything he offers over there. So let's have a look at the colours what we have here. I do have a swatch as well of them all. Just check my swatch book. Hi, Gary. Just bear with me. I'm a little bit off today because I am in a new environment and I don't know where things are. Oh, there's my book. So I'm just going to have a quick look for these Karen swatches. Here we go. So I have done some swatches here, guys, of all the colours. So the Karen markers here, I did just do them straight onto the paper rather than activate them with water, just so we can see as a guide what the colours are when they're in their boldest hue. So we've got canary, we've got red, royal blue, grass, gold, magenta red, cayenne, rosewood, almond, cerise, Arctic blue, henna, amber, magenta, turquoise, sepia, neutral grey, skin 1.2, lilac, lush green, cool grey, black, orange red, violet blue, ocean teal, warm grey. You get a blender as well. And then as for the metallics, there's the metallics here. So you've got metallic silver, metallic gold, metallic red gold, which is like a copper, metallic copper. You've got metallic light green, metallic green, metallic pink, which is a bit more purplish, the metallic blue, metallic violet, and metallic black. And then I did a blend test as well on this paper with them. So I did a marker over marker blend, touch tip blend, which it does recommend to do. Short touch tip, long touch tip. So that means like how long you connect the tips together is to how long the different color you'll get. We're mixing gradients. I wasn't really sure how to use the blender. It didn't really turn out very well, so I wasn't really using the blender, and then using with water directly over the marker. You can do it where you color onto a bit of acetate, which is this, or you can put it on a palette and then wet the palette, and then you can just directly add it on with a brush, which is probably one of the most effective ways to do it as a watercolor. So this is only the smaller set, guys. You're getting 24 colors in here, but you can get a larger set as well. They are quite expensive, so they are an investment piece. But they're supposed to be great for watercolor works, but also they are very much widely used in the calligraphy community as well, in the craft community. And those who've seen them on Belinda's channel, you know exactly how they work and what their quality are like. So without further ado, I think we should get started. Let's get my little palette ready. No problem. There's a little palette. These are little pandas. For these are probably wondering what they are. These little pandas. They're actually, the pandas are like a pen, a brush holder. So if you're using your brush, it's like a hold your brush for you, which are rather cute. So these are little pandas. Now the autofocus is not totally fixed because yesterday I was using the laptop. I'm trying it on the Mac, so it's not 100% there yet. But I will get it ready for you for Thursday, so you will have a much better quality video stream on Thursday, better sound. And at the moment, because my Mac's an older model, I am actually thinking about potentially getting a new computer in the not so distant future, but I'm thinking about using the laptop just for now anyway, because I seem to be getting better quality on there. But the stream's already started now, guys, so I don't really want to have to close the stream and then get the laptop and then start another one. That'll just be messing you guys around and it'll probably just take forever. Hi, Rochelle. So please hang fire with me. Obviously, it is not going to be the best quality stream. It's just going to be like the normal streams, but as of yesterday, we managed to get this quality to a much better standard when we were testing it out. So I'll just continue using the laptop for now as of Thursday until we can get a new computer installed. So let's get cracking. See you later, Suze. So I'm just going to pick a brush. Do have the water brushes as well, but I do want to give these Chinese brushes a go. Which I've not used them before, so I'm going to have to dip them in water for quite a bit so I can take the glue layer off. Yeah, for some reason when you get watercolor brushes, sometimes they put a glue layer on top of them when they're just so they don't go out of shape. So what you just got to make sure you wet it through, and then you wipe off the glue with a kitchen towel or tissue paper or something like that. There we go. And then you just want to repoint it as well. So okay, so we're going to try doing it on water. So put the water on first. Onto the palette. And then we're going to choose our colour. I'm going to choose this purple, violet blue, so quite a nice colour straight off the bat there, and that was mixing it with water, so that is actually diluting it down. Normally I would start on with the skin, but to be honest guys, you've seen me so many videos of me doing skin tones that, you know, I'm just going to start somewhere else so you can see me just play about with these and see how we get on. Because if I don't finish this on stream, then, you know, I can go away, I can finish the skin, but you can see me do other parts. You pretty know how I do it skin now. You've seen it on so many videos, so I thought we'd just start off at a different point. Yeah, the colour does pay off nicely, doesn't it? It comes off really nice. And it seems like a little goes a long way with these. So if you're worried about the size, you know, the quantity of the ink you're getting in a pen, then I wouldn't personally worry, because a little does go a long way with these, from what I'm gathering. And I'm not having to keep dipping the brush, which is good. And it also means I'm not getting a different variation of the color purple, so it's not looking very odd in the, you know, the color is looking very consistent. And because it's ink, once it's dry, I do believe it is then remains permanent, so therefore you can go over the top of it with a layer without actually affecting the below layer too much. It does, isn't it? The colour looks nice and rich. And like I say, that was just a little squiggle on the palette. If you don't even have like an acetate sheeting or a palette, then you can just use a plate, like an old standard dinner plate, and that will work perfectly fine. Something ceramic will work, and you'll be able to clean afterwards. So I think everybody's got a dinner plate, at least in the house. I would hope so. It does, doesn't it? And I think once you add the color on it, it really brings it to life and adds the character. I do find it with Rick's work, it's very, it's quite campy in the sense that it's very much like the very vintage style fantasy from the 70s and the 80s and 90s. And it's got quite a campy sort of look to it. So that's pretty much used up now. I'm going to try it with a water brush and see how that works. Yeah, you can use Crayola Super Tips like this way as well. I've tried using the Crayola Super Tips once, but I tried to do it in a book, and what the problem was, the Super Tip ink, once you activated it with water, it seemed it had soaked through about 5 pages. And that was when obviously I didn't really think about putting anything underneath, but it does like spread across the paper, so you have to be very careful when using the Super Tips, because they do like to spread and bleed when you add the water. As for the next color, let's use a different purple. This one is lilac. It's quite dark for a lilac. Of course, so these are the Karin Brush Marker Pros. Let's try it with the water brush and see what happens. This is the water brush, and this is the fine tip, which is number 1. It's labeled as. And the more water you have on the brush, the more of a gradient you'll get, a watercolor gradient. So you'll probably find that with a water brush, you get more of a wash effect, where when I used the normal brush, I was able to control the amount of water a bit better. And I think we've got a nice bright yellow in here as well, so I might add that onto the stars. Just make it look that very old, traditional, campy sort of wizard style. Yeah, aren't they? They're very nice to work with, and I find when you're using anything with a brush, and using water as well, I just find it so relaxing, and soothing to use. So I'm just hoping I don't fall asleep on my desk. Just going to add some layer on top. Now that seems to have dried. They seem to dry very quick, which is good. I just want to see how well these different tones layer onto each other, and it seemed quite well actually. So I'm rather pleased with that. And this is a lighter colour going on top of a darker colour, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, the dogs make being causing trouble, are they? Well, Shadow saw the room properly for the first time today. He came in, and because it was previously a bedroom, he walked in and just didn't know where he was, and he was like, "What's happened here?" And he just didn't know where to place himself. And because David was at work, he was downstairs on his own whilst I was in the studio. Now calling it the studio. He came in, didn't like to be on his own, so he wanted to come and spend time with me. And he just didn't know where to place himself, so he sat directly behind me on the floor, behind the chair. So if I hadn't noticed to turn around and notice he was there, I probably would have run him over with the seat, with the wheels of the chair. So he's just he's so clingy and needy. He does not like being on his own for a long period of time. Well, he doesn't really like being on his own in period, to be fair. You actually get till up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Everyone has to get up because, it's like waking up Christmas morning, the kids wake you up and you have to get up. Well, that's like every morning with Shadow. We have to be up at 7 o'clock because he wants his breakfast. After his breakfast, he wants cuddles. He has to have his morning cuddle. And he'll not settle until we're all in the same room and sat together. You can do anything with watercolors. Watercolors are very, very cool to use. They are very versatile, and also as well, they're very forgiving. People think, oh, I can't use watercolors, I'll make a mess. But the thing is, you can actually, if you go over the line, let's say, let's just clean this brush a little bit. If I then go over this bit here where I've had the star, and it's gone over the line, because I'm just using clean water, it actually dissolves that pigment, and you can, with a sweep up motion, as if you're like sweeping up the floor, it actually picks up the pigment. So it actually works a bit like an eraser. It just lightens it to a point where you can't see it. Here again. There you go. Problem solved. Which pencils are the Faber-Castell? Yeah, they're supposed to be really good. I have never tried them myself, but they are. I wouldn't say they're overly expensive compared to other watercolor pencils. I think you can get I think you can get 36 pencils for about £35. So in a set, that's less than £1 a pencil. Individually, I think the normal polychromos is about £1.90 individually, and the I can't never pronounce it. Albert Dier, what Faber-Castells, I think they retail around about 140, 160 per pencil in the UK. Obviously, it's different wherever you are in the world. Let's go back in with some of this darker violet blue again. And you can add it in the water and it still works absolutely fine. So I'm just going to show you different ways you can use them alongside obviously doing this lovely image by Rick. So I'm just going to layer this. And I think to deepen it even more, we're probably going to have to use like a dark blue. So this is royal blue. Just a little bit though. Which do I like better, the brush or the brush pens? How do you mean, Helen? Do I like using the brush directly on the paper, or do I prefer using the like this technique where I brush it onto the palette and then add the water? How do you mean? Ah, too much water. If that happens, guys, just get a bit of tissue paper and you should just be able to lift it off. So yeah, I do. I think if you were to, let's say, if I get this canary color, let's say I just color this in the center, and then just clean this brush. And then if I just add the water on top, you can spread the color out. But I don't think I would ever color a full area of yellow and then go over it with water, because what you want to do is just color a small section and then you add the water and the water will bleed out, and you can control the bleed into the areas you want it to go. So that's an example of using the marker directly on page. So for this, I would just do a small line. And then I would just go in with the water brush. You can use a regular brush as well. Hi Joey, hello. So you can do it either way. I think it depends on if you want a block color or if you want to wash in a gradient of different colors, and if you want this to wash them in together. Because if you're going to be doing a lot of blending, then I would probably do palette there. But if you're going to be doing block color, then you can do directly on. let's say I wanted to add some of this gold color. Just take a little bit. Then I can use this directly on to add shade. But I wouldn't really want to color it because it will just pick up the previous color. So you do want to add the water on. So I think directly on top doesn't really work. So if you do want to add extra color on top, after you've already put a color down, then I'd probably recommend the palette to do that. Obviously, I'm new to these as well, so I wouldn't say I'm an expert or anything, and I'm still getting used to them. So when I'm using them now, this is really my first impression also, and me just getting to the grips of using them all as well. But let's just, pursue and continue on. Still got some of this lovely purple here, which I'm going to go on top with here. I think also with Rick St. Dennis's work, it is that type of illustration that you can nicely do some watercolor effects on top. You can see it looking very nice in watercolor because it is very illustrative. And these pens are marketed as being perfect for calligraphy, graphic design, and illustration. So it is within that mix of genre. I used to watercolor all the time, but lately I've kind of paused on it, but I do want to get back into do a lot more watercolor because I really enjoyed using watercolors and inks. Just mix these together a little bit. Another good thing is you can mix colors. So yes, you might get 24 markers, 23 colors because one of them's a blender, but you can actually, by using the palette section, the palette method, you can actually mix in your own colors and create more. Now it doesn't really budge once it's dry, so as you can see, it's not budging. It's not really doing much. And I think that's probably where the blender comes in. So once it's dry, if you want to add the blender, I think if you go over the top with the blender, I think that's where it will work. But I'm not 100% sure yet because obviously I've not tried it. But we'll wait until it's dry and we'll give it a go. I'm not Next part. So just to clean this, you're just going to get some kitchen towel and just wipe it off. Simple, straightforward. And then you can start with different colours. Let's try the skin tone that we're given. So this is skin 0.1200. Orange, yellow, green, and blue. Hey, Shara. This is almond, so this is quite a nice yellowish tone for skin. And then what we could also do is mix the two for a medium shade. So you've got your dark, your light, and your medium. So that's mixing together. That's mixed. So with watercolor, you tend to work light to dark. Then you would take a medium tone. And the thing is with this, it could be very quick as well, which is awesome. And this darker tone is quite watered down, so it's not going to be too intense. Now, I am noticing that the ink from the paper seems to be reacting with the water. Normally, I don't know why it's doing that, because normally it doesn't do that when I use watercolor. But I have printed off a few days ago, so I don't know whether it's, it's because it's been in sunlight and it's reacting. I don't know. No idea. But actually, because it's changing color to like a greenish blue. I think it's adding to the effect for his skin, at least, anyway. So I think it's working to the advantage, at least. We do want to darken this a little bit. Oh, too olivey. No. Let's try this. Now, a good thing is this as well, you can go over the top with colour pencils if you want to, once it's dry, which I more than likely will do, because I think it just adds a bit more oomph. Thanks, Michelle. Need some dark circles under his eyes, I think. You talk about your dogs. The eyes. I think we should do some nice green eyes. Ocean teal. Oh, your little nephew. I'm gonna say your dog can video chat. That would be funny. So I just need a bit of that to dry. And I'll do his lips while waiting. And then we might do some background work. See what effects we can do. I think if we get a mop brush, which is this. kind of get like a galactic sort of look to it. And then you can spread it around if you want to. There's no right or wrong. And then you can go back in just by adding dots and it'll just spread on its own accord. And the longer you hold the pen down for, the more it will spread on the water where you've put the water down. It is quite bold and brave, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a PDF printed image. I can always reprint it if I wanted to, and it's just an experiment. You know, this is a fantastic image, but also doing the a demo and review of these pens. And the best way to try them out is on a PDF image. So if you mess up, you can always reprint it out. And it's just good practice. And you just got to be bold and try different things. Thanks, Maya. And at the end, we can add some like white Posca or some acrylic gouache and just add some stars just to give it that sort of galactic effect. Do a little tap, it'll spread lightly. A long hold, it'll spread more. So it just depends on how much colour you want in a certain area. And sometimes it's nice to let them bleed in together so you do get more of a galactic sort of style. And you can just layer them as long as the paper's wet. If you use it on the wet area, absolutely fine. Yeah, you could add some salt on actually. I used to do that at college, and that'll soak up some of the ink, and that would really make it look effective. So we're going into proper mixed media here. It is. I've done it before. You wet the entire area, then you add your ink, you let it spread, and then you put some rock salt on in certain areas, and it'll soak up areas of that. The salt will soak up areas of the ink and the water. So when it dries and you take the salt off, you've got sort of like a tie-dye effect. You could also do it with bleach as well. Obviously, just be careful. Thank you. I haven't properly done mixed media watercolor ink and all that for a long time, and I just used to love doing stuff like this and just really experimenting with effects and water and everything. And now I've got this studio, I've got more time to like sort of experiment. So it's kind of like my art science lab. Yes, alcohol is a word as well. Exactly, it's like a thunderstorm, isn't it? And which is the perfect fitting for the image as it is. And I'm not so concerned that the ink is sort of washing out here a bit, because I can always go on top of it with a pencil just to add the lines back in. So let's not worry too much about that. It's just we're having a bit of a play today. That's all we're doing. We're having a bit of a play. It's playtime today. Is Gary still in the house? Is Gaza here? Yeah, so let's say I've got some of this white spirit, which I tend to use to clean up alcohol and marker off my brush when I'm refilling. Let's just say I went to spray some of this. And when it dries, it'll have like a cloudy effect. But it does stink. It's very important. So you can probably see these white bits here. It's where the alcohol is sprayed, and it's just causing sort of like a tie-dye effect. And stick up with some stipples. It's not the type of alcohol you can drink. If you drank that, yeah, you will not be here anymore. That would kill your insides. So just get the mop brush wet, and then I'm just going to mop with some water. Oh, right, okay, that's fair enough. I was going to say I would not recommend drinking chemical alcohol. It's not the same thing. It's a lot more dangerous. Because there are people out there that probably would take that recommendation So we don't really want to be the ones that influence that. Hey Gary, guess what I've got? Nibbles. Disclaimer, I am not endorsed or sponsored by Cadbury's. I was just showing them because I have them and I have purchased them myself. Chocolate. Hey Shelly. The reason why I've got them upstairs is because if I leave them downstairs, David will be sitting downstairs eating them all whilst I'm up here. So I thought if I bring them upstairs, at least they'll still be here when I finish the stream. We're just experimenting today, Shelley. We're just trying out different watercolor techniques and effects with these markers. First time I'm using them, and we're just having a play. I'm not really being serious with them. We're just seeing different ways we can use them, different effects. So it's not really about getting an amazing finished piece. It's just more about let's just have a play and see what these things can do. You know, it is a PDF image at the end of the day, and if I'm not happy with the result, I can always reprint it and do it again. So add a bit more water. I'm going to add some more blue through this part, just to connect these together. Add a bit more water here. And if it goes through a little bit, I'm not so bothered. I'm going to be going on top with pencil. Pencil will cover it up anyway. So if you are going to be doing a watercolor background, then I would suggest that always do the watercolor background first. And then if you're going to go on top with pencil, then that's not an issue. And it will look much neater when it's done. just patch this in together. There we go. Now for the other side, we have got some clouds here, so I'll do them slightly different. So the clouds, I'm just going to make these lighter. And just do layers. Use the lighter purple. Hi, me. Yeah, I'm playing around with Caramel. It's first time, and I'm just playing. I'm not really trying to achieve anything here at all. I'm just playing around and just seeing what happens. Thanks, Nana. Shelley's always working. Even if she's not at her day job, she's always working on Facebook and groups and this, that, and the other for colouring. I do get the sense that our Shelley is a workaholic. Aren't you, Shelley? Working and lurking. Because Shelley, you don't stop. Yeah, that's a workaholic. Okie doke. So just gonna go grab the hairdryer, guys. This might be a little bit loud, guys, so if you do want to turn your volume down, you can. So I'm going to be using the hairdryer. There you go, guys. Sorry about that. As for pencils, I'm going to do some pencil work now on top just to show you guys what we can do. I'm going to use the Koino Mondeluz 72 watercolor pencil set. You can use these wet or dry. They're just a little bit softer than the Polycolors. So there's one tray of pencils. And then there's the other. So some lovely colours in here. Let me just make some room. And the absolutely lovely Kenny actually bought me these pencils, and I just want to thank her for her generosity and kindness. I don't know if she's here, if she's lurking, but if you're watching back, Kenny, then thank you very much, and I'm going to be using them now. So let's just try these on top. Oh, I'm losing my light here. 2 seconds, guys. I was wondering why my light was going down. Oh, group hug. There we go, that's much better. I can see a bit better now. It's actually quite nice and soft to use. Another watercolor, they're quite nice to use dry. They don't have names, they don't have color names, so I can't really give you the names. Water brush pen. So let's activate it and see what happens. Okay, I think it looks a bit too rosy there. A bit too rosy cheeked. Um, I got like a. That'll do. Yeah, warmish brown. So yeah, guys. Hopefully by next week I should have everything all organized in the studio. I'm hoping I'll be able to do a tour and show you guys around. But at the moment my books are just all across the floor. I need to clear out the cupboard and make some shelf space and then put the books in there. I'm gonna white as well. See what this white does. It covers up the ink underneath. Let's get a final pen. That's the case. It's not working. See, now that I'm adding the details back in, it is sort of coming back to life. Let me just grab a Prismacolor. We'll use Tuscan Red. I want to get a darker, bluish dark tone, or a dark purple, indigo blue. I think I've got a grey fine liner, which would be better. Needs to be a dark grey. I've got a mid grey. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now for the sky, I'm just going to add dots. Obviously, I'm not going to get the image done. I'm just going to actually just do background, finish that, and then outline the hat, and then get that finished, and then you can kind of see which direction I'm going with it with this mixed media piece. Okay. As for the clouds, So I've got some lightning strokes. Outline for the hat. Hi, Monique. Right, just going to outline this hat. Did you enjoy the concept, Monique? This is probably one of my favorite black pens. It goes over anything. It's a brush, so you can add different thicknesses to it. It can be as light pressure or heavy pressure if you want to be. Oh, thank you. I know it wasn't very looking like it was going to get there, did it? It was going to be like, oh, this is going to be a hot mess. But it's getting there, isn't it? It's coming along, singing the song. I'm sure that's not bed up in broomsticks. No problem, Biscuit Belly. As for making guilds, let's try these pencils. Thanks, Monique. We weren't quite sure how it was going to actually turn out, did we? It was like, is this going to work? Is it not? But I think we've kind of learned if you are going to do anything watercolor incorporated, especially mixed media, I think we kind of want to do a background first, and then if you're going to go over it in pencil, then you can, and it'll cover up any sort of bleed through or mistakes. Now I need like this reddish brown. Welcome back, Gary. So what biscuits you got and how many? Come on, do tell. Spill the beans. Oh, thanks so much, Helen. Thank you for helping out and being my mod, as per usual, my glamorous assistant. Again, guys, if you do want to take part and colour this image, I would love to see what you do with it. There is the link to my Dropbox, which has been authorised by Monique and also by Rick. And so it is going to be only be available for the next couple of days. So come next stream, which is Thursday, I would have taken it down. So make sure you get it and save it and colour along. Please make sure you do tag us and Rick in your finished image, either on Instagram or on Facebook, and we really would love to see what you come up with. So it is a gift from Rick for use to colour. So thank you so much, Helen, and you take care and have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next week, on. So let's activate this with water, because it's watercolor pencil, isn't it? Let's just see what it does. Does it blend and make it make gold? I would say it does. No problem, Joey. Thank you so much for joining today, and I'll see you next time. Have a lovely evening. Take care. I must say these water brush pens are great. They have good water control. Alright, so where to next? So I need to start with these eyes. David? David? I thought that was David, yeah. No problem. Take care, Shelley. We'll see you soon. Grey. So obviously he wants to be grey and white colour hair, doesn't he? Hey, Shara. I think hubby's getting ready for bed, so I'm going to be wrapping this up very soon. And let me just tell you what's happening next week, guys, whilst you are here. We're actually going to be doing another colour along, but this one is going to be featuring Angelic Shades, which is the lovely lady who behind the Ladies of the Month books, if you've seen those, like the Art Nouveau style. And we're going to be colouring the Lady of June. Well, no, we're going to be covering Lady of December, which has been supplied by us. It's a lovely image. It's not really Christmassy, so don't worry about that. It is a generally nice image of a lady with a candle crown. So I'll supply that on the next video. So that'll be awesome to color along with. Oh, Joey. Yeah, there's been a few times you've done that. This actually reminds, you know what this wizard reminds me of? I'm not going to say Gandalf. It actually reminds me of the wizard from a 90s movie. What was it called? I used to love it as well as a kid. What was it called? David would know. David? What? Do you remember a movie from the 90s with him from Home Alone in it, and it's about the library and turns into magic? Yeah, Page Master. That's it. This wizard actually reminds me of the wizard in Page Master. And if you've not seen that film, it is brilliant. From the 90s, and but it's a good film. I like how it brings like the live action movie into animation as well. It combines the two. Oh, you still stay, Shelley. Hi, Sue. Has anybody seen Page Master? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or am I just talking nonsense to you? Hi, Abby. I think Gary's got to have seen it. I hope everything's all right, Sue. I hope everything's okay when you went to the doctors. Don't like to hear when people are not well. I was just saying this wizard reminds me of the wizard from the film Page Master, remember from the 90s? And I was just wondering if anyone's seen it. I would have thought you would have. It seems to be kind of your cup of tea as well. Yeah. I think it's a pretty awesome film actually. I used to love it when I was only a kid when it came out, like very young, but I used to love it. Oh, bless you, Sue. (1994). Well, in 1994, when it came out, I was 3 years old. I might have been two, but I'm just gonna go from the sake that I was born in 1991 to 1994. That's 3 years. So I was either 2 or 3, depending on when it came out. But saying that, I was born in February, so more than likely I was 3. Talking about Page Master, Joey. I was just saying the wizard. This wizard looks like the guy from Page Master, from the wizard. Well, the wizard is the Page Master, but you know, you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to just finish off with this grey, add some white, get this hair finished, and then we'll just leave it here. I really enjoyed colouring this actually, and I've enjoyed the Cara markers. I've enjoyed the effect that I've got with the background, the nice water wash with the hat, and I like how it kind of looks like it does kind of look like it's transparent in a sense that it's looking like it's actually fading into the background here, and you can just see the little lightning on the hat. No problem, Shara. We'll see you soon, hon. Take care, Shara. Now, these are very, very... The hot XP, when you're using them dry, they are soft, but they're also kind of... They're soft, but they're not buttery, so they're not really gliding on the page when they're dry. But when you activate them with water, then I think that's obviously the main purpose that they are for, and they work perfectly for that. It's kind of like a chalky, like they're quite chalky, but without the dust. I'm just talking garbage now. Don't mind me. Now for the white. And with the white, you just kind of want to blend it all in. These are the Cahiers Noir Molendils. These are the Cahiers Noir Mondelez watercolor pencils. So these were given to me by the lovely Kenny, and I'm just trying them out. I've got the polycolors, and I do love the polycolors. These are the watercolor versions of them. So they're just exactly like the polycolors, just water soluble. And then you get the exactly same colors as well in the set. I do like them. They're great. And they're quite budget friendly also. They're not really cheap, but I wouldn't say they're expensive. Do you know if you saw it? Oh, it's a classic. They're don't make films like that anymore for the kids. I think the kids' movies back then were way better than they are now. Yes, we have amazing graphics and CGI and all that, but I think Hollywood takes advantage of that now, and there's just so much character to the older ones. You probably have seen it. It's like one of the ones that everyone's probably seen. It's probably been on TV at some point during the holidays. Many moons ago. Yeah, it would be funny. She's not in much now these days compared to back in the 80s and 90s. Sister Act. I think I just watched that too over and over when I was younger. I'm using number 3. The movie's enjoyable, Shelley, but have you? I would say if you do like reading, the book is 100% much better. I do have the movie and I did enjoy it. I don't think I would have enjoyed it if I hadn't. I would say I probably would have enjoyed it more if I hadn't read the book. But because I have read the book, there was so much missing from it, and the main thing that I liked from the book was missing. So basically, it's the story of the guy's life before he joined the circus, and it starts off when he's an old man and he goes back to the circus. Now, in the book, it starts off when he's old and he's living in a nursing home, an elderly nursing home for the elderly, and it talks about his family in that now and how he never sees anybody. He's lonely, and he misses his wife, etc. And then it goes back in the past, flashbacks once he escapes the nursing home and goes back to the circus, and then he has his flashbacks and it tells you his story from there. And then at the book it ends obviously back when he's older, without giving you too much information. So I just think I missed that part. I loved that part when he was older and how it went back, he did in the Notebook. And I think they could have done the same with that. It just would have made it a bit more more emotionally connected. Oh, it's there in the beginning, but it's loads of it missed. It's only like a very little minor bit compared to the book. It's quite a large part. But I would recommend the book. The book is amazing. It was actually it's probably one of the only books that's ever made me cry, and I will say that live on stream. No problem, Monique. I'm finishing up now anyway, hon. Thank you so much for joining along, and I hope you enjoyed your concert. Monique went to go and see Elton John. Where did I put the lid for this? There it is. Hi, Maria. Hi, hon. Okay, so I think, let me just get my pen. I think that's it, guys. That's all we have time for, really. We've been on for nearly 2.5 hours now. So this is what we managed to get done. Background, I used the Karen markers. My impressions of those are, I actually really enjoy them. I think they're really good. We do have the Karen Dash, not Karen Dash, Karen markers in the metallic. So let's just give a quick go at the metallic and see what happens here. Let's go at the top. Now these ones are not water reactive compared to the original Karen markers. Yeah, quite like them. They work rather nicely. And tomorrow I will upload the links to the materials for Karen. So I'll put them in the links description tomorrow as well. So there we have it, guys. Let me just take out this outline here. for the star at least. And there we have it. So yes, these I do recommend them. I think they are really good. They are pricey in price point, but they are a great investment for anyone who's interested in water brush markers. Again, if you do want to take part in this image, here is the link for the last time. It will only be valid until Thursday, and then I'll be taking the link down, deactivating it. So you can by all means take part. Myself and Rick St. Dennis would love to see your finished images. Just tag us on Instagram and also on Facebook. All the details should be in the video description. So thank you so much everyone for joining tonight, and I'll see you next Thursday for another Colour Along and live stream. Have a lovely evening and take care. Bye everyone.